Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Here are the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. An investigating magistrate and prosecutor ordered pre-trial detention for the confessed killer in the fatal stabbing of a 15-year-old in Kallithea, Athens last Wednesday after his testimony yesterday. The two other defendants have also been remanded in custody. According to the court decision, they will remain in jail pending trial after being accused of involvement in the deadly incident. The remaining defendants were released under restrictive conditions. Investigators are reviewing witness testimony from a friend of the victim who said he took part in the confrontation and identified the 18-year-old confessed attacker as the person carrying the knife and not the victim, as the perpetrator had claimed during the preliminary investigation. The witness described the final moments of the incident, saying the victim chased the attacker for a short distance before collapsing after being stabbed. Authorities say proceedings are continuing as the case moves forward to trial. Greek authorities have arrested a 28-year-old Turkish man in connection with the murder of a 25-year-old fellow national in the Exarchia district of Athens. According to investigators, the suspect was recruited in Turkey and paid 1 million Turkish lira to carry out the killing. Police say he entered Greece through the Evros border region, traveled to Thessaloniki and then continued to Athens. Authorities report that he rented two short-term apartments, one in Exarchia, where the murder took place, and another in Kallithea. After the killing, he changed clothes in the first rental and moved to Kallithea, where he remained for several days while trying to flee the country before being arrested. Police identified him through surveillance footage. He has since confessed to the crime and confirmed he was recruited for payment. Investigators say the killing is linked to a dispute between rival factions of the Turkish mafia. A 50-year-old Greek-British woman is in critical condition after being struck by a falling rock at the Nidri waterfalls on the island of Lefkada yesterday afternoon. According to local reports, the rock detached from a cliff above the Dimosari waterfalls while the woman was visiting the site with a group. Several other visitors were present at the time and took over as rocks fell. A small number of people sustained minor injuries. Emergency services, including the fire brigade and ambulance teams, carried out the rescue and transported her to Lefkada General Hospital, where she was intubated. She was transferred via ambulance to Kat General Hospital in Athens last night. The Nidri waterfalls are a popular tourist destination reached by a hiking trail through a narrow gorge where steep slopes can present a risk of rockfall. The incident comes only days after an Italian tourist on the island was killed after the boom from the sailboat she was on suddenly swung and struck on the neck. The Greek Ministry of Transport is introducing a new legislative framework tightening rules on electric scooter use. The measures aim to improve safety, particularly for minors, after data showing that in the past year, 400 children were injured and 3 died in related incidents. Under the new rules, electric scooter use is prohibited for minors under the age of 17. A fine of €1,000 will apply to anyone renting or selling scooters to underage users. The framework also increases penalties for riding scooters on roads where the speed limit exceeds 50 kilometers per hour, raising the fine from 30 to €350. In addition, companies operating scooter fleets will be required to provide third-party liability insurance for each scooter, while riders must carry proof of insurance regardless of whether the vehicle is rented or privately owned. Novak Djokovic has booked a place in the Wimbledon second round after a 4-set win over Yi Bing-wu, setting a meeting with Greece's Stefanos Tsitsipas. Djokovic was pushed to the limit in a match lasting more than 3 hours, eventually winning 3-1. He started strongly, taking the first set 6-4, but Wu responded in the second, breaking late to level the match at 1-set-all. Djokovic regained control in the third set, breaking at 5-4 to move ahead again before sealing the set after multiple set points. In the fourth, Wu continued to apply pressure, but Djokovic saved multiple break points and secured a decisive break to close out the match. Tsitsipas, meanwhile, reached the second round after a straight sets win over Hugo Gaston in his opening match of the tournament. It was his first grass court win of the season and his 9th main draw appearance at Wimbledon, the most by a Greek player in the tournament's history. These were the top stories of the day as covered on Mega News. Thank you for watching.